Got pregnant, my husband fell for his young and delicate secretary. On New Year's Eve, he and his secretary, who was dressed in a red gown, celebrated the holiday together in a private room in a club, toasting good fortune. When I barged in, the secretary lifted her pale neck adorned with red hickeys. Don't misunderstand us, Mrs. Remington. The new year is coming and I'm helping Max get rid of bad luck to bring in good luck. My husband glared at me and scolded me for disturbing his activities. You're pregnant and can't meet my needs. I'm a normal man, Sophie. Lily's just being considerate and helping out. At 7 months pregnant, the stress and fury made my water break. However, the secretary told him that I peed my pants on purpose just to cause a scene. My husband thought I was here to embarrass him, so he locked me in the toilet. He spent the next 3 days and nights indulging with his secretary before finally ending the punishment. Unfortunately, when he finally opened the door, his face turned pale at the sight of my deflated belly. On New Year's Eve, my husband, Maxime Remington, and his group of friends had a New Year's Eve date, but I stayed at home because I was pregnant. As the night deepened, I received a message from Maxime, followed by an address. It read, "Honey, I have a surprise for you." I hurried to the club to pick him up, cradling my round belly, but the joy in my heart was doused like a flame under cold water the moment I opened the door. The room was thick with smoke and reeked of alcohol. Lily Cartwright's, Maxime's secretary's eyes were glassy, her ears flushed red, and she sat perched on his lap, the embodiment of seductive innocence. Maxime's veined hand gripped her waist tightly. The gown she wore was hiked up to her waist, her shoulders shamelessly exposed. That deep crimson gown was a masterpiece, custom made by a Suzhou embroidery master for my wedding. Maxime secretly took it and repurposed it for his twisted indulgence. Lily's thin, pale waist and half-draped appearance burned my eyes. Max, please love me gently. Slow down, you little devil. You beg for it 5 times a day, yet still pretend to be shy. They kissed and kissed hungrily, utterly oblivious to everyone's presence. The people around them barely reacted, as if such a display was commonplace. I finally understood who had sent that message. Maxime's group of friends lounged casually, each with a girl in their arms, watching the scene unfold with amusement. One of his friends, Juan, smirked and teased. Your appearance on this New Year's Eve is stunning, Miss Cartwright. No wonder Max left his wife at home to celebrate with us tonight. Maxime, holding Lily's waist firmly, exhaled lazily and smiled. Marrying a virtuous wife has its perks, but there are limitations. Sophie is too reserved for certain things, so I need an outlet. I know how to prioritize. Besides, ever since she got pregnant, Sophie's become as fat as a pig and she's constantly unkempt. It's repulsive. She doesn't have the charm that Lily does. Lily pouted, tracing slow circles on Maxime's chest with her delicate hand. Max, you're awful. What do you think I am? I'm a good girl from a good family. Yes, yes. Happy New Year's Eve, my good girl. Reaching into his pocket, he pulled out a sparkling diamond necklace and slipped it into Lily's disheveled gown. She giggled, leaning further into him. Someone in the room laughed and joked. Max, you're too bold. Aren't you afraid your wife will find out and divorce you? Maxime waved the comment away, utterly unconcerned. Even if she knows, so what? She's pregnant with my child and loves me too much to leave. Where could she possibly go? Then came the obscene sounds of their flirting. My bro Max is just beyond awesome. My stomach churned violently at their words, a wave of nausea rising. With a pale face, I pushed the door open. My arrival broke the room of laughter in an instant. Maxime quickly scrambled to grab a coat from the sofa, hurriedly draping it over Lily's exposed shoulders. I found it was almost laughable. My fists clenched tightly at my sides and spoke, my voice laced with anger. Why? She is bold enough to sit on your lap in public, but too afraid of showing her shoulders? Don't talk nonsense. This girl is just shy. Lily Cartwright, emboldened by his protection, threw me a smug, provocative glance. Mrs. Remington, it's the new year. Out with the old and in with the new, right? New people replace the old ones. You have to understand. Everyone tried to smooth things over and winked, asking me to give Maxime a step down.